12 Sandford games last year, so he has played against men, and we are underway. Lysette in the ruck. First time for Port Adelaide. To Powell Pepper, who's trimmed down a bit over summer as well. Thumps it to 4-4 to Ebert, playing out of 4-4 with Paddy Ryder. Couldn't get a toe on it. Ebert kept it alive. Motlop couldn't trap it. Smith gets an early touch. Fed out wide by Crouch to the Matt variety. Brad gets a touch as well, and a huge round of applause in his first game back for...
He's to rediscover the form of a couple of seasons ago.
That's a good grab and land by Dersma. Not so good with the delivery. But big raps on Dersma. He's had a great pre-season. Good,
but cost you nothing.
Seedsman had a great first half of the season last year. He has blasted that to Eddie. Eddie felt for contact, and Eddie will get a free. And won't make any mistake from there. Eddie's on the board. Adelaide's on the board.
He's got a lot of size. This is a long, high ball that's come in. Gee, there wasn't a lot.
I mean, Seedsman was very good, wasn't it?
As soon as you look away,
yeah,
they ping you.
They picked 33 from a couple of years ago. Hasn't played an AFL game. Been on the list a couple of years. And that was Butters kicking around the body to the top.
Never bites off too much, but it's all quality. A little bit like Nick Del Santo if years gone by.
And the local boy slots it as we head back downstairs to Roo. Crowd was up out of their seats. Burne-Jones touched ball, and that rolls through, so we'll see what they decide to do from the kick. Handball over the top from Mays. Did well. Motlop in some space. Delivery to Westhoff. Great hands.
Quality entry, Jason, wasn't it?
Oh, wasn't it? I mean, it was great hands.
Played a halfback most of his SANFL games for North Adelaide in their premiership year last year, but expected to play forward, as David King was talking about a little earlier, once he establishes himself at Port Adelaide, because he can kick goals. What, last night?
Post the meeting of the clubs, Dwayne.
So just let it go.
Oh, handball to himself.
Yeah, that's holding the ball. That's just as annoying, if not more. Ebert to the pocket. Is there a more loved guy in Fremantle than Hayden Ballantyne? Westhoff has taken the mark to have a shot. Fence won his first best and fairest to the 32-year-old last year, Justin Westhoff, and the Hoff is on the board. Took the step. Kelly comes at him, and Dan stepped him. Sends it long. Ebert, use to the body, a little bit of hands in the side, but it's okay.
Caught there in the air, third man in style.
Used the breeze nicely, and Port have started extremely well. Jenkins feeds it back to set it up, and open space aplenty. SANFL, the majority of the time he was down there. Still trying to develop him as a forward, the Adelaide Crows, and that is a delightful kick. And they needed it. And he's going to be a backman, you would think.
Wow. You like him back there, Kingy, don't you?
Good reach from Betts, and he got it to Lynch.
And that's why, because as soon as the ball is in...
You think he did that deliberately last year? Played bad as a forward early and played brilliantly as a defender late. He told the world, I'm a defender. And they knocked that through for a defensive behind Port Adelaide. Clever. Ebert's on the run. Sees a one-on-one, Gray that he likes. Duday jumped in to lend a hand. Keith went low, did Gray. Got it to Travis Boak, who kicks a goal. Lone, Ellis Yeoman getting it to Murphy. To the pocket to Josh Jenkins, who protected the drop zone beautifully there.
When that's the case in a year that they had.
I didn't see a little short pass, that's sloppy marking. I didn't see the two games that he played.
Most score assists in the AFL the past 3 years combined. Tom Lynch has been a fantastic player, but underappreciated.
Stories of those, Dwayne.
It's true.
You tend to talk more about the good ones you get, not the ones you lose.
Ellis Yeoman pumps it long, early leap, and he's brought it down, Murphy.
Wow.
Had a few flaws in his delivery with his kicking, but normally a good shot at goal, even If he has missed a target or two, no, not this time either. He's got only a 42% retention rate. A good setup, a good routine, and a stable head and stable hold is the way to go. Lysette knocks it down. Eddie, right spot, right time, every time.
Quickly he bounced up.
Yeah.
And he was already shooting back, and look what happens. I mean, that is reward for effort. Nothing more.
Like it hot. 40 degrees right now, we're told, as Lysette climbs over the top of Jacobs. So see they reset here. No, they let him go.
Confusion.
Yep.
You might be right, Kingy. There might be a directive just to let it go for this round, maybe.
One-on-one contest.
Josh Jenkins might enjoy more one-on-one con. Misses this, though. Smith. Sloan.
Oh, 1 metre.
You just see they want to go, the Crows. Every time they mark the ball, they turn. They want to move the ball immediately forward.
Eddie! And hard from Jonas. He gave him the free, even though Eddie could. So after being 3 goals down in the opening term, Adelaide, they're now in front.
Intercept markers. It's man on man. By the umpire, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Off the deck, Riley Knight, and Tex missed it. Fresh air shot.
Swing and a miss.
Not sure what that was from Josh Jenkins, but he kept the ball in the area.
Those numbers are just music to the ears, Kingy. If we're getting that many marks inside 50, it's hard to turn. And these sort of marks inside the forward zone, the game's going to be a lot more fun to watch.
Source Jacobs to full forward. Sloan got it from Tex. The two co-captains combining. Kick you 20 goals and say, well, if you can, it's Blighty style.
Yep.
We'll kick you 20, and if you can kick 21, good luck to you. Aim on the run.
Oh, how easy did that look?
Nice.
Brilliant goal from Carl up his little mess. Did pretty well in the end.
Gee, that was arrogant, wasn't it? Just
Way too
ignored
easy.
the tackler.
Lynch, Brad Crouch, stand start, goes to full forward. Edward, well protected, Eddie Betts. Tex was waiting for it. Good attack to get it to him by Murphy. Put his body on the line. Here's Ellis Yeoman again. From 50. Sprays it this time.
He was good, Lachlan Murphy.
So mongrel inside 50 that might work. Eddie, that was the easiest one he's had all afternoon.
He's human.
He is only just. Seedsman.
Oh, beautiful.
He dance-stepped Rockcliffe to the point that he was on the side that he wanted.
A good year or two, Paul Season, which will be great for him. And as we said earlier, boys, wingmen are probably going to become more important with this 6-6-6 structure.
Wow, what an opportunity that was. Poor old Justin West. I think he took it too easily, Dwayne.
248 games of football, and that is the easiest mark he's ever dropped.
Oh, straight through. Straight through.
Crows are doing nicely to work it back to Keefe. Eddie Betts, pocket, protected the drop zone. Slap back, danger, Lynch. And taken out by Tom Jones. Smith hit the belly of the ball, got it to full forward, back with the flight. And Burton thought about taking it through. Eddie, too clever. Sloan hits a good spot with that again. Eddie lurking, caused confusion. Oh, Jenkins, a little too casual, got a free for high.
I think he paid that to himself.
Yep. And he had a smile after he got it too.
As I mentioned, Port Adelaide led by a couple of goals at one stage, but the Adelaide Crows threatening to take a handy break in. Flick over. Well, it might have been clever from Rosie, but the Adelaide Crows knew what he wanted to do, so he gets it back. Squeeze pass by Amon, and the mark. Third season on the list. Had a foot injury last year that hampered any progress.
Kick.
But this could be his year. More spots to fill, losing Chad Wingard, Jared Polek, Jasper Pittard and Jack Homsch, as that one's
Halfway mark, but the Crows have done that really well today. Dode's positioning's first class. They know how to win it back.
Atkins long gets it inside 50 to Josh Jenkins. And is it dry heat, at least in Port Pirie, not a super humid heat, which is even tougher to play in. It's across the face, and
We got Rory Sloane. Sloane, you've had 20 touches in the half. How are you going?
Yeah, breathing. I feel like I lost my voice already, so.
Fed it back to Kelly. Miller. Port with numbers back. That's a 50-metre penalty. So the Adelaide Crows have always thought that he had a bright future as Miller. Squeezes it inside with 1 minute 30 left in the contender for the flag again, as they were the year prior. Eddie stays down here. Josh Jenkins flies. It's an outstanding crumb, and with the outside of the boot, that is an absolute ripper. Kick by
that finish.
Absolutely. If he kicks that in the air, it gets smothered. Have a look at the bloke.
Yes.
Coming across in front of him.
Yeah.
Would have been injured. Sam Gray to Powell Pepper. Pumps it to the pocket. Westhoff early leap and then got one to the head.
Didn't he get a good clip to the back of the head?
50 days. If he, it's gee whiz.
Oh.
The kitchen sink.
Barney's been an outstanding performer over time, and he starts that to the left a little and drags it back with perfection at Port Adelaide on the way back.
Not there today. Westhoff can play anywhere, let's be honest, but he's a great target when he goes forward. Gone.
So that on the weekend that in the NFL draft, the biggest thing of the NFL draft was a hand measurement of a quarterback to see how big his hands were. Paddy Ryder,
good hands,
takes the mark. He was an early pick as well for Essendon all those years ago. I picked 7 back in 05. He's always had the goods, Paddy Ryder, and he could be in for his biggest season. Keeps it alive to the top of the square. Almost high on Duday. He rode that bump to make it look as if it was actually legal. Close to the boundary and little
times. I'll tell you what he does do is he keeps his feet. He doesn't go to ground.
The in-body on the line. Eddie was lurking. Oh, there's the turnover. Look out. The Rat can go all the way home. Atkins, a bounce, sizes them up, and that is outstanding.
Got a pretty talented lineup, doesn't he?
Yeah, absolutely.
Good spin out of trouble by Mays. Got it to Rockcliffe and lace out to Marshall. You can say that about a few in each age class.
Correct.
Eric Hipwood is one of those. It's time to shine.
He is only 20.
Yep.
He has only played. Have taken control. I mean, Duday's actually controlling this back line at the moment.
Hardigan wide, and Tex almost kickable by his standards. Long way out, tough angle. Only the 14 games last year for Tex. He's given it a run.
I'll back him in.
As good as it gets from Taylor Walker.
Down the ground, really.
Matt Crash to Smith. Delivery to the pocket was good, but the attempted mark from Riley Knight wasn't as good. Burton turns it over. Eddie. No way, Eddie. Oh, boy, is Eddie on early this year.
He bets. Defensively, just a quick hand pass goes out. He goes, oh, Ryan Burton's given it to the wrong person, but
gave it up to Atkins. Douglas. He pops the pass to the pocket, and Murphy takes the mark. Played on. Ellis Yeoman knows.
Come on, kick the goal.
We talked about his kicking earlier on. Hasn't been his forte, and that was a tougher kick, but
particularly early. But maybe that's the lesser of two evils.
They did it so well in the first half, though. That's the disappointing thing.
And the mark taken by Pahop. 9 games last year. Gives it some air, and he's missed.
There is. This is a free kick. Every
he's got
day
him
of the week.
Oh, please, umpire. Look after the forward. No, he grabbed him by the right arm and to be, but as you know, you can play on now at any stage when the 50's been given.
O'Brien has played the 2 AFL games so far in his career, 23 years of age now. Kept it alive. Butters got it from Drew. That's bending and post. Paholke quickly cracks it towards Jenkins. Outside of the boot. And only a behind. Yeah, Bryce Gibbs, Daniel Talia. Kick. Otten to Walker.
That's the beauty of the zone. When you win it back, you're going to have players already free.
Certainly had more polish and more structure, the Adelaide Crows. And Riley Knight has kicked a couple of really good goals this afternoon.
Too tall. You need to put pressure on the ground. I think that definitely is as important as whether you mark it or kick goals. So Port will have to get the balance right if they choose to play Dixon, Ryder, Lysett and Westhoff in their team.
Attract a player like that if he's not going to play your first ruck.
Yeah, the intention has to be to play both of them.
Heads to the pocket. Watts. Nice one-hander. Plays on quickly. Opens it up to Power Pepper. Pulls his kick late. And Connor Rosie gets a chance to kick a goal. See if Port Adelaide can get a run on. Mentioned earlier on, the Adelaide Crows have come from 18 down to have a 30-plus point lead. Port Adelaide cutting into that with 2 goals in a row now. Watts. So this has to be his year. Paddy Ryder takes it himself. Bangs it inside 50. Little roller. Marshall to Motlop. This is his moment. Hasn't seen a lot of it, but makes the most of this moment again.
Players are breaking the space through there, so that's something different that we haven't seen across a few of the JLT games so far. So
short pass, lean it, Power Pepper. He's sizing them up from there. He's gone long, goal square, didn't carry the pack. Marshall got it down. Motlop again. Threads it inside, knew he had the option. Good shrug of the tackle and a brilliant goal from Dersma. The kids are flying early.
I thought for a moment there Power Pepper was going to go for home, run to the top of 50 or 55 and said
high. Keith stands under it. Marshall got there way late. Sam Gray hasn't seen a lot of it in this game. Pops it to the goal square. Motlop.
Game on.
Plays on. 5 in a row. 5 in 7 minutes. 2. Can they stop the rot here, the Crows? Smith. Outside of the boot. It'll work. Fogarty.
Shanked it.
And again, it's only a small sample size, but you've got to only go on the evidence you've got in front of you, and the evidence is the new rules are working. Fogarty in the meantime to make this a 2-kick margin. And the Crows fans rise and breathe a sigh of relief.
Look, he hasn't said any swear words or anything. He hasn't smiled, but he looks like an injured man at the moment. He's put his arm around the physio. He's walked off and he's now going straight down the race. So
a sprained ankle would be a good result.
Yeah, not the ankle that he's had the Achilles problem, hopefully. Chase Jones pumps it towards goal. Pick 9 in last year's draft. And this has been a shortened game. Here's the right ankle again. Have a look.
Right foot. It's the right foot that he lands on and he rolls it. But the good thing was he was walking into the rooms unassisted. It's a good sign.
So the Adelaide Crows come from 3 goals down to hold on and essentially win by 3 goals. 17 points the final margin.